Hi girls, happy Friday and happy World Smile Day. Today is a day where you guys should all take the time out to smile at people, smile at strangers, and spread some love or do something, do an act of kindness just from the bottom of your heart and help spread some good energy around the world. It's the first Friday of every October. That Happy Smile Day falls on. I didn't even know this till Facebook told me today, and made me very happy. So yeah, guys, share some love and spread your smile. I'm going to start off today with a story. Today is all things comp prep, so we'll go through what is involved in the leading into comp prep. What kind of emotions and feelings you'd be feeling on comp day, and then also the importance of reverse dieting and training coming out of your competition. So the post-competition blues, which everyone gets. You can't not get it, and it's a really important time to keep staying focused and keeping your training intensity up. So I started competing in 2011, I think. Didn't really know much about it. Always did my own comp prep. Didn't even know how to pose on stage. But it was the beginning of a great journey for me. And when I first started out, there was not many girls doing it. So when I look back on photos, I look at the girls that I competed against, and they looked really healthy. They looked quite full. They didn't look like they'd just done 12 weeks of a cardio session and no food. They actually looked like what you'd want to see in a fitness magazine or Oxygen. Now that everyone wants to compete, the image has changed a lot, which is fine, and I love that it's a growing industry. I really do. The process of comp prep for me meant evolving, meant that I continually progressed and I continually changed. And naturally, I moved from kind of bikini model, sports model into fitness. And over time, because I continued to train, I started to build more muscle and move into the fitness category naturally. I love competing. I think it is such an amazing journey, and it's a very emotional experience. And in the beginning, I didn't really know how to handle it, but I also didn't have anyone there to help me. Nick hated me competing because he would have to pick up the pieces after. He had to go through me stressing about my food or stressing about my body, and without fail, I would get to every competition and say, why am I doing this? I don't even look good. I shouldn't even be here. Why am I even doing this? And I'd win. And then I'd get off stage and I was like, did I even deserve that? Should I have won? And it was like a really, I couldn't even appreciate the success that I had, because I had so many upper limits or so much head junk that I didn't take the time out to get rid of. It's not till recently that I still, have issues getting rid of it. But I'm a lot more appreciative of the process and competing than I ever have been before, which is why I really like to teach you girls and go through my process, because it's a very healthy, it's the healthiest way I've ever done before in my life, and it's definitely the most enjoyable way of comp prepping. I've done every comp prep under the sun. I've done low carb, I've done dehydration, I've done no sodium. I did a lot of bro science ways, and it was actually really good for me to do that, because I realized that there's better ways to do it. So the process of most people when they start to do a comp prep is most girls have to build muscle, even if they're doing the bikini division. And a lot of girls will come and they'll be like, yeah, I want to build muscle. Okay, well, I need you to do this and I need you to eat this amount of food. And I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to go through a period of feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You're going to feel a little bit bigger than what you used to. Your clothes might not fit properly. Your friends might make comments. And it's unfortunate, but that is the process of doing it. I've been through so many gains phases, feeling really uncomfortable, crying, doing my own head in. But without that phase, I couldn't have looked the way I did on that stage. So you can't get lean and build muscle to the extent that we need you to at the same time. It's really important to make a commitment to go through the process. If you really want to look good on that stage, spend a good 6 months eating lots of food and training really hard and building some good muscle on your physique before you start to diet down. It makes the diet down so much easier when you've got a lot of food to start with, because the smallest cut in your food intake will make the biggest difference. You don't have to be on really low calories all the time. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your body, and you just won't enjoy the process. A lot of the girls that come to us get really good results in a short amount of time. Your results are above average, which means that you actually have a really high expectation of yourselves that you don't actually know about. The building muscle phase doesn't come unless you have the training intensity and the food to go with it. So, and it's not going to happen in a month. So a lot of girls will be like, oh, I'm getting bulky. And I'm like, no, you're not. Your muscles are just changing. Your body's changing because you're training hard. And everything starts to shrink when you start to take your calories away. But you're not going to build a heap of muscle just in 12 weeks. So it's really important that you guys understand that building muscle, especially for females, takes a good 6 months to a year, depending on your body type and how long you've trained for. If you're new to training, you're going to get some newbie gains, which is awesome. So you'll see your body change really quickly. And then it will start to slow down, which means you have to train even harder. So your training intensity, I know we bash in your ear about lifting heavier each week. It's because it's like the key to changing your physique. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to increase your metabolism. It's going to help you build muscle. When it comes to the process of feeling uncomfortable, it's really important that you try and stay away from bullying yourself. You wouldn't, if you saw yourself across from you, you wouldn't go up and start telling this person that they look fat or they look bulky or anything. So I don't really see the point of why you should be doing it to yourself. And I understand it's a really hard thing not to do, not to beat yourself up, especially when you feel like you're doing all this work and you're not really looking the way you thought you were going to look. You're not going to build muscle and not put any fat on. You have to do both. To do it at a slower pace without too much fat gain means smaller increases of calories. So it just depends on how quickly you want to get to your goal. If you're committed to eating a lot of food, your body's going to use that. But yes, as I said before, a little bit of fat is going to come. If you're quite scared of gaining fat, just know that your process of building muscle is going to be longer because your increase in food is going to be a little bit smaller. But that might mean you might have less fat gain. But if you're looking to put on a significant amount of muscle, it's going to take you a longer period of time. Comp prep is not a 12-week process. I comp prep for a whole year for one competition, and I've been doing this for a while. Unless you've been training for a whole year and already, yeah, you 12 weeks, but if you're new to training and you're new to the competition scene, 12 weeks isn't enough for you. It's stressful. You're going to be on really low calories, and you're not really going to enjoy the process doing it that way, because you're going to get so run down. When people come to me and they're like, oh, I want to compete next year, so I'm just going to leave it and do my own thing, and then 12 weeks out I'm going to come to you. That's 12 weeks that I have to fix your physique, and that's not enough time. So it's really important that even if you're competing next year, that's actually good. That's perfect. That gives us so much, that gives us a good amount of time to work you hard, get some good muscle on you, get your metabolism really firing, getting lots of food into your system before we can strip you down, and we can start stripping you down in 16 weeks, which means you've got enough time to slowly decrease your calories. You're going to come in better. You're going to come in full, and you're still going to be really lean. One of the girls posted, you know, a lot of girls either have a lot of muscle to build before they start, or they've got a lot of body fat to lose. And it's easy to say on target when you've got 12 weeks to commit to yourself. But what about when you've got 6 months of comp prep ahead of you? 6 months isn't a long time. I know it might seem that way, but it's actually not a long time. As I said, I comp prep for a year, and when it gets to the six month mark down, it goes so quickly. And I think it's important for you to remind yourself every day why you're doing it, what it means to you. Because if it gets out of your reach and you start to kind of fade off, then maybe it doesn't mean as much as you thought it would. Or it is important to have small goals along the way to keep you winning, to keep you focused. And that's kind of why we put strength training into your comp prep, because it gives you small gains, small wins throughout a process, rather than focusing all the time on what you look like, which can be really damaging for the soul. Strength training allows you to come in, do the best that you can. It is an indication of where you're at, where your body is at, and then you can leave again. It's something that is quite empowering as well. So no matter what you look like, you can be strong. And I found that since putting that into my comp prep as well, my overall well-being is so much greater than just coming in and trying to burn calories and trying to get volume in and constantly looking at myself. Oh my God, is my body changing? What's happening here? Why isn't it like this? Why hasn't this happened quicker? You know, we always want the process to happen straight away, but then you're missing the point of the journey. It's meant to be about learning about yourself and watching yourself grow, and you're meant to have highs and you're meant to have lows, because that makes the good days so much sweeter. We're not always going to win. If you're always winning, you're not going to appreciate it. You're never going to grow. You're never going to be challenged. We always grow in times of kind of weakness and lows, because it teaches us a lot about ourselves and how we can overcome obstacles. Your support network is really important. That's why we have the forum. That's why we have so many coaches, because we are here to help you. We all know, well, Ella and I, it's great that Ella is now competing, because she can relate to where you are at. I can relate to where you're at. I've done it so many times before. And I still go through the process of feeling shit sometimes, or wondering if I'm going to make it, if I'm going to get to where I want to be. Am I going to look good enough? And it's easier to do that when you get really tired, because you're training so much. So I'm just going to go back to... Okay, so Sorry. Competing is very subjective. It's someone else's opinion of you, and it's really hard not to get caught up in validating yourself or your hard work on a number that you see on the scales, a number that you see in your scan, whether you get a trophy or not. Those kind of things are hard to not get caught up on, but aren't a true indication of your hard work. You should always use your photos as a way of seeing your progress. A lot of you that come in and get scans done focus on the little numbers that you see, and you forget to actually look at, one, your photos, and two, all the other shit you've won in terms of gaining strength, gaining muscle, getting fitter, being able to do a chin-up, being able to squat properly, being able to move properly. A lot of you girls have never done any strength training before. This is online and in-house. Look what some of you guys can do now. Some of you can never do a front squat before. You know, learning to do that is a win. There's so many other wins that you can hold on to, other than just, oh, I didn't get the 16% body fat I wanted, or whatever your goal might be. The judges don't know what body fat percentage you look like. So if you don't quite get the body fat percentage you wanted in your mind, there's a few questions you can ask yourself. Did I make it to training when I was meant to all week? Did I increase my weights when I should have? Did I do that? Did I do all my reps? Was I compliant 100% the whole time? Is my sleep good? Did I work as hard as I should have? There's so many things that you can think about and go over that you do forget about along the way. You know, the days you were tired, oh, I can't really be bothered to do this. Oh, I should put this weight up, but I'm just going to leave it today. All those things add up to what your results will be. So I'm really big on you guys enjoying the process and the journey, and not just fixating on the goal. That is the pot at the end of the rainbow, but the rainbow should be a really fun ride coming in. The leaning out process. This is where everyone thinks it should happen really, really quickly, and it doesn't. But it's your consistency that makes the huge difference. So a lot of girls are emotional eaters. A lot of girls, if they're having a shit day, throw their diet out the window, and then they have one bad thing, and then it leads into a whole cycle of binging. One bad meal or isn't gonna ruin your hard work. You just have to remember that. So it's really important that you guys don't get caught up in being an all or nothing person. If that's what you're really like, then you need to look at what habits you can do to help stop that, because that's going to be your biggest downfall. Or you could have been over 200 calories over your diet, or you could be 1,000, or you could be 500. Having one bad meal isn't going to ruin a day's work. And sometimes it actually is good for you if you've been on low calories for a while and you have a day that you're a little bit over. When it comes to the shredding, as I'll put it, it's really important to have weekly goals. So for most people that are quite lean, your drop on the scales could be 100 grams, and that's good. Anything more than that is amazing, but the leaner you get, the smaller your decreases will be. So we're not on the Biggest Loser. You're not going to get a 1 kilo drop. You're not going to get a 500 gram drop unless you're in the last 2 weeks. That's generally when that might happen. So it's important that as long as you're still losing, you're winning, if that makes sense. Take weekly photos, take weekly measurements, stay on track. less food doesn't mean dying. Everyone thinks as soon as they go on a diet or they start, their macros come down, they're oh my God, it's going to be so hard. It's so hard. Oh my God, I've got no energy. You've already told yourself before you even started that it's going to be a hard process, and it's not. All you do is eat the food to your macros. You pre-plan, you work out the foods that are going to give you more bang for your buck, and you follow that. Okay, you might not be able to eat a donut. You might not be able to eat your chocolate anymore. You might have to go from full fat milk to skim milk, from a normal coffee to a piccolo. Dieting doesn't have to be hard. It's your mindset behind that that's going to help you fail or succeed. I admit when the comp prep I just done, my first cut was like an 800 calorie cut. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? And in my mind, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be, that was a slap in the face. Do I really look that bad? That was my thought process. But the process was like, no, I want to get you really lean so we can just maintain there before you compete. And I already started to tell myself, oh, this is going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard. I went from like 2,600 calories to 1,700. I was like, whoa. The first 2 days, I was like, couldn't really get my head around it. After that, it was so easy. And it was so easy because I told myself it was going to be easy. I told myself I was going to be okay. I didn't lose strength throughout the whole process because that's a mind game. That's a mental game. Actually, strength training doesn't require a lot of calories. So you can still maintain strength, increase your strength while dieting. You're going to get really emotional and really tired through comp prep. Everybody cries once in a comp prep. I honestly thought, I was like, yes, I haven't cried once till like the last, I think, week. And I cried. I was like, damn it. I was trying to get a strike and not cry at all. But you do. And you'll find that if you don't plan your foods properly and you get really tired and really hungry, you're gonna lash out at people. So what I do is always keep some protein with me, so I can just have a protein shake just to help prolong me, or even B says when I get really tired, and I'm trying to push out my next meal, because you are going to get hungry. Getting hungry is the aim of the game. That's when you know you really are losing weight, because your body has to go get it from somewhere. And it's going to come from your bum. Perfect practice makes perfect. And that is when it comes to diet, when it comes to training, and when it comes to posing practice. The more you can practice good habits and hitting your macros, the quicker your results are going to happen. The more you can practice good technique in the gym when it comes to lifting, the stronger you're going to get. The more you can practice your posing, your walk, the way you move, how you feel, the more confident you're going to be on stage. It all ties in together. When it comes to comp day, it's really important to go there and get on stage telling yourself you're going to win, or telling yourself that you've already won. Actually, tell yourself you already won, because that energy shows when you come out on stage. If you come out on stage and you're nervous and you're looking around, oh my God, it looks better than you. You come out and you're like, you can see the energy. And it's amazing on the weekend what I said to the girls, you know, one of the girls was like, the judges aren't looking at me. What do I do? What do I do? And I mean, I can't tell. I don't know. I found the judging quite bizarre, to be honest. But, you know, when I told her to go out like you know you've won, she killed that stage. It made the biggest difference in how she moved, her energy, her smile. And it was really beautiful to watch. And she placed second. And it made such a difference, because in the first round she didn't place at all. So it's really important that you go out there with a positive mind. It's hard not to look at other people when you get there. I always used to do it. I used to look around at everyone and compare myself to them. And then I'd tell myself I shouldn't be here, which was the worst thing I could do because I would ruin the day for myself. I'd be so nervous. I'd tell myself, what the hell am I even doing here? And I would win. And I was never the leanest girl on stage. I've never, ever, ever been the leanest girl on stage. It's not about that all the time. It's also your stage presence, your marketability, your face, how you walk, how you pose for your body, the energy that you bring out. It's like a 40% body, 40% stage presence, 30% marketability. It's how it goes most of the times. So it doesn't actually matter. It's not the end of the world if the girl next to you has ripped abs and you don't. You just have to work it a little bit harder when you get on that stage, and that's fine. Bring out that energy. All of you girls have the most amazing energy. You're all infectious in some way. You're all beautiful. So that when you go out on stage, you need to show that. You actually need to go out there like your shit doesn't stink and literally work it. Smile at the judges, smile them. Walk out like, I always say that, you know, you're about to come out to a dance floor. You see all your girls dancing and you got this, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get out there. And that's how you're going to go out there looking and feeling and moving around on stage. Ingrid, one of the girls, competed on the weekend, and she wasn't the leanest girl on stage. But let me tell you, when she moved on that stage, you could not take your eyes off her. She was so beautiful. She went out there and I said, just go out there and have fun. Go out there and own it. She went out, she just like moved. Oh my God, she got 3rd place. And she wasn't the leanest out of all of them. And it was, but she absolutely rocked it. And that, her stage presence took her from here to here. Because she went out there with confidence. She went out there, she had fun. Always have fun on stage. Don't be so serious. They want to see you having fun. I remember when I first started competing, I'd walk out, then I thought I had to be really sexy and sultry. And the judges said to me, you're too serious. I was like, oh. And the next time I went out there, I had so much fun, I won. And my mum always says to me when I get off stage, she'll be like, oh no, you're too serious then. Oh no, I don't think you look very good, you're too serious. And I'll be like, I was trying to be sexy. But it never works. So go out there and have fun, because confidence and smiling is sexy. So that's gonna help you. The judging criteria, as I said before, you know, it is subjective and it's someone's opinion. It's not going to be the validation of your hard work. You don't know if some girls, you know, for example, might not place because they were too lean, which is a really nice compliment. And you don't know that some of the other judges might have had you at a higher place. It's really important after you do your competition, especially your first one, to get feedback from the judges. I always tell people to do 2 or 3 competitions, not just one, because you just continue to learn. So when you do a season, it's nice for you to do, you know, 2 or 3 per season. You don't have to do them back to back, but just keep learning and evolving and progressing. And it's really nice to then look back on your photos and see how your physique changes. It's actually really, really, really nice, and it makes you appreciate your hard work a little bit more as well. Yeah, a trophy isn't a validation of your hard work. Yes, I love it when my girls place. That is awesome. But it doesn't mean I'm not proud of you even if you don't place, because I'm proud of you for the fact that you've actually stepped outside your comfort zone and worked your ass off, taken time out for you, giving yourself your own challenges to get stage and get in a bikini in front of people you don't know, and be a mother and a wife or a girlfriend and still get on that stage, get up every morning super early, or go to training after work, sometimes doing you know, double sessions on low calories and make it on that stage. That is a validation of your hard work. And I'm always so, you know, thrilled to be a part of the journey, and, you know, seeing you cry seeing you happy, seeing you win, you know, that's a part of the whole process. And it's really important to appreciate every single day and every single moment and every single emotion. That's what comp prep's all about. It's an emotional game. It's really important to stay headstrong throughout the whole process and learn about yourself. When it comes to post-competition, post-comp blues are inevitable. Everyone will go through the post-competition blues. You work so hard for such a long period of time. It's like, that is like, it becomes like your life. And it's for one day, and you're on stage for maybe 1, 2, 3 times. You might win, you might not, and then it's over. And it's like, what do I do now? If you're not competing, it's still really important that you track your food. It's actually more important that you track your food after competition than it is going in, because this is where binge eating, emotional attachment, bad emotional habits happen. So reverse dieting means that we need to get you back to maintenance calories as quick as possible, but not all at once. So increases weekly, bringing you back into a maintenance level so that your metabolism can have a little bit of a rest, is really important. So that's why it's really important to stay with a coach after you compete, because this is, I feel, from my experience working with other girls and myself, the most emotional time after your competition. With reverse dieting, you need to train really hard because you want that extra food to be used for your muscles and for energy. If you're reverse dieting out and you stop training, you're just going to get fat. I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to get fat and you're going to feel really shit, and you're going to go back into a really vicious cycle of being negative. And you're going to want to be like, oh, but I want to, I look so good there, blah. And like if you're really, really lean, sitting around 11, 12, 13% body fat on your day of competing, just know you're not going to stay that way all year round. You have to reverse diet out to a healthy level. And you can sit around 16, 17% body fat all year round. That's a healthy level if you're eating enough calories and you're training hard. But anything less than that isn't going to be ideal unless you want to be strict for the rest of your life, and you don't want to change your body. And so after your competition, you'd be like, yeah, I want to build some muscle, but you don't want to commit to the food. Well, then we have a problem. You have to commit to both. You can't build muscle without the food, as we talked about in the beginning. Yeah, so it's just as important to track your food as it is post-competition as it is going in. If you want to compete again in a short amount of time, in a shorter space, well, then you're going to be on calories again, and your calories will be different from person to person. Debbie, I think you asked how low do your calories get going into competition? Everyone's different. Some people I will build and then drop down, or they'll go down, 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 and build till the day. So it just depends on where your body's at, how much muscle you have, what category you're in, and how you're looking. I never drop anyone below 1,200 calories, and that's still low. But then you can also be on 1,600 or 1,400. So it just depends on the person and your body type and what category you're in. Some people don't actually go low. Just going to get up a question. Okay. This one is a little bit about metabolic damage, which can happen to a lot of people post competition because they're on such low calories. We haven't had anyone with metabolic damage, and that is because we don't give you really, really low calories, and we don't give you lots of exercise. So metabolic damage happens to a lot of girls when they're on 1,000 calories and they're doing 2 hours of cardio and weight training. They virtually have no food left for their body to repair itself. So everything just starts to shut down. Fingers crossed, or touch wood, we haven't had anyone do that, because, as I said before, we want to keep our comp prep as healthy as possible. I've never had metabolic damage, but I've had a lot of girls come to me with metabolic damage. So if you've had metabolic damage before and you want to compete, the process for you is going to be slower. And what we want to do is spend a year with you building your food up to above maintenance. So you're going to be in a surplus, and getting you weight training really hard, particularly heavy weight training. So it doesn't mean that you can't compete. It just means you really have to do the process of building muscle and eating lots of food and getting lots of sleep, because we want to get your metabolism back to trusting you again. So like I've said before, if you come to us and you've been yo-yo dieting and you're looking around and you're thinking, oh my God, the girls are getting better results than me. How come this girl's progress is quicker than mine? Well, one, you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Everyone's different. But two, your body has to trust you again. At the moment, it's not trusting you because you've just put it through hell and back. And it doesn't want to lose weight right now. It just wants to be normal. It wants to regulate its hormones properly. It wants to be able to sleep and to help its insulin act properly. And it wants to rest a little bit. You've put it through ridiculous amounts of cardio or ridiculous amounts of training without giving it any food. It's a little bit pissed off at you. So if you've come to us and you've just been eating a lot and you want to lose weight, your weight loss is going to be quicker than someone that's been yo-yo dieting. That's the way it goes. The more you yo-yo diet, or the more you diet, the slower your metabolism will be, the slower your results will happen next time you go to diet. So that's why it's really important after you do comps, that you spend a good 6 months eating lots of food again. So say you do season A for 2016. Once that's done, the back end of the year is all we want to commit to a building phase. I don't like calling it bulking, that's ugly. I like to call it our gains phase. So we're eating lots of food where your body's really happy, it's really healthy, you're getting super strong. We want to give you lots of goals in terms of strength training or movement goals, even like a goal for increasing muscle mass. So when we do your scans, we can say, okay, well, in 6 months' time, we want to put on 4 kilos of muscle, which is a lot for a female. That's what we want to work towards, so that when we go to shred down 2017, we've got you up here, and now we can slowly start to decrease you, and you'll come in again really nicely. If you go through that phase, which is what I go through every year I look better, and every calories, and I can do less training on more calories and get a better physique. It's also good for you to then, you can actually stay in the more muscle you have. So all your Michelle Lewins and your Paige Hathaways, all that, I mean, I can't vouch they're natural, but a lot of the fitness models that you see on Instagram have been through a bodybuilding phase to get where they are now. They just don't talk about it. Okay, so do you have any questions? No? Okay, so one question is, what else do they judge, if anything, on stage? Is it just your body? Is it your bikini, stage presence, face, smile? Do they look at that stuff too? It's your overall package. Your physique, your symmetry, hair, makeup, how you present yourself, your energy on stage, the way you pose, if they can market you, that's a big one. it is based, they judge you on your face, but let me tell you, everyone looks beautiful with fake tan, big hair and eyelashes, so everyone's pretty much beautiful anyway. So as I said before, it's not just how lean you are, it's everything. It's pretty much everything. One question was, some people's journeys are longer than others. A lot of girls have over 15 to 20% body fat to lose, or a significant muscle to gain before getting on stage. My question would be, what practices can be taken up to stay on track and stay mentally motivated for such a long time, knowing what's up ahead? 12 weeks till a comp, I'm sure would have its challenges, but when there is one in 6 months' time, I could imagine you would have to have a different mindset. This is a really good question. I love this question, actually. Do you want it bad enough? Eating mean that much to you? If it does, then the 6 months process shouldn't be a long time. In fact, you should be like, holy shit, I've got some work to do. As I said before, I prepped for a year. And I feel like sometimes that's not long enough. When you get to the 12-week mark or 16-week mark, you're like, oh my God, I've only got 16 weeks to get on stage, and it goes like that. So right now you're thinking, oh my God, a year or 6 months is so far away. But it's actually really not, because someone like you that's been training for a long time, you have to train super hard to get the results that you want. And that's not a bad thing. That's awesome. That's so good, because you're so focused. A good thing for you to do is, one, you want to keep a reminder every day of what you're working towards. It's so important that you see that, either that image or that vision or that quote or that goal that you see. See it every day. Look at it when things get hard, but also give yourself either daily goals or weekly goals that you need to hit per week, and even a monthly goal, so that you know that you're staying on track. It's good to have other goals other than aesthetics while you're on that long journey. Otherwise, you're going to the way you feel about yourself depends on what your mood is doing, how tired you are. If someone's been a shit to you, if you had a good day of work, are you stressed? Have you slept well? That's how you will see, oh my God, am I on track or not? So it's really important to have goals that don't focus on how you look. A lot of the girls online, they do weekly measurements, which is really good. It's a great way to keep you on track. Even when I'm not in comp prep phase, I still do my weekly measurements and my weekly photos. Otherwise, I would be like anyone else, and I will just go off into la la land, and I'll lose focus, just like everyone else. So especially being on holidays, I put on 4 kilos off my comp prep weight, and I feel a little bit uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm back home and I'm following the process as you guys do, and I'm back into tracking and training and setting goals and weekly weekly progress shots, just like everyone else. I need a coach just like everyone else. I find it's the best way to stay motivated and I like to connect with someone. I want to bounce ideas off someone. I want to be accountable to someone. I like that. I found that is by far the greatest way for me to stay on track, just like you guys. So even when I'm at my best, I still want someone to check in with. So that's, use your coaches, use myself, use Ella, use Nick, use Erin, use us all to help you stay on track. The girls in the in-house program, come and get me. You don't have to just see me once a month. You can see me whenever you like, whenever you need a chat, whenever you need some help. Voice how you're feeling. All of you have got a great support network in the Facebook forum, both in-house and online. Everybody's here to help each other. We're a team. Strength in numbers. It's really nice to be supported by other people that are on the same mission as you, and are at some point going to feel the exact same thing you're feeling. It might not be at that time, but later on they're going to be like, you know, that day you felt that way? Well, I feel like that now. Can you help me? And it's a really nice way for people to connect. So I think I went off target a little bit there on that story, but for you to stay motivated and in the game, it's really important that we sit down and make small goals for you to hit per week, because every small step leads to a big picture. Okay, nutrition-wise, why are most coaches still advocating extremely low carbs and high fat protein diets? Why are we not shifting to if-fit your macros more rapidly despite the evidence? In saying that, how flexible can your diet be on comp prep? Okay, bro science has been around for a really long time, and that's how all your massive bodybuilders in the beginning, you know, that they're the methods that they use. So there was such a big phase in bodybuilding before if-fit your macros that a lot of the comp prep coaches are too scared to kind of learn a new method, because they know their method works, and that's fine. It all works. It all works to an extent. It just depends on what you want to do and what fits with your lifestyle. I'm an advocate for if-fit your macros because it's so much greater than just comp prep. It can work for any goal, no matter what you want to do. It works for any single body type, any single person in the world, but you have to be the one you have to do the work. And it's a sustainable way of living, whether you're comping or just trying to, you know, lose weight or get strong or whatever it is all year round. You can play with numbers and not have to ban yourself from foods. I think a lot of people are scared to change. I sat down with a few bodybuilders not too long ago, and when I told them that I did flexible dieting, they all laughed at me. And I was like, why? You hang out all week for this one cheat meal day, you stuff your face silly, and then the next day you do shit, burn off all that food that you just ate. Like, how is that any better to me being able to eat a bit of chocolate every day and still lose weight? I was like, I got to the leanest point I've ever been in my life, the best shape I've ever been in my life using flexible dieting. You know, I can't fault this routine. So the reason, I think a reason why people still use diets is because it gets results very quickly, but it's not good for you. There is so much science that backs if-fit your macros and backs why carbs are actually good for you and how they help you build muscle and lose weight. But there's so many idiots, sorry, I shouldn't say that, they just don't know what they're doing. When it comes to how flexible can you be on your diet for comp prep, well, that all depends on how much food you have. If you haven't got much carbohydrate, you're not going to be able to get any chocolate in there. It just depends on how much food you have. Yeah, you have to hit your fiber target first when it comes to the carbohydrates. So that's not going to leave you much room for any sweets. And your protein is your most important meal. By the last 2 weeks, you don't really want to have anything, actually. You just kind of get over it. You just want to get the work done, see your body change, and get on stage. And it's funny because the other night I had some sweet potato fries, and I remember on my comp prep, I was like, God, I just wanted to devour. I've watched Nick eat them, and I was like, I just wanted them so bad, but I couldn't fit them in my macros, and it killed me. And then when I could actually eat them the other day, I was like, yeah, it's good. And I just didn't want to like smash the whole thing. It's so funny how that happens. I was like, oh, I remember feeling like, God, I just want to eat all of these when I was comp prepping. But I was literally, 3 weeks out, I was still having, actually no, 2 weeks out, I was still, I had carrot cake one night. I could still fit in a bit of chocolate in my macros, but there are some people that are on, 1250 or 1215 calories for the last 2 weeks. You're not going to be able to fit much in there just really healthy food, and you're going to be so hungry and tired anyway by the end. You'll feel good, but you're going to be hungry and tired. That you actually want to find the foods that will, as I said, more bang for your buck, that you can eat more of, instead of just eating. You're not going to want to eat chocolate, which is going to take up fats and carbs. You're going to just want to have like an apple. And actually, apples taste so amazing when you're dieting. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just seeing if I've got any more questions. So for any, I know not all of you want to compete, and I'm not here to push anyone. I love comp prepping girls. I think it's a really amazing journey. I think you should go into a mindset, not I just want to do one. I think you should go into a mindset going, I really want to do well. I really want to push myself, and I really want to challenge myself, and I really want to see how far I can go while being healthy. Doing more exercise than what I give you, if I haven't given it to you, is not the answer. And eating less food than what I give you is not the answer as well. We tend to start a lot of girls on a higher food intake than most people. Run with it, because when that stops, the food drops. And we only drop your food when you stop getting results. So I kept the same macros pretty much for like the last 10 weeks of my comp prep, and my body just continued to change because my program would change. My training volume would change. And that's all you need. You don't need to change both. Don't go out searching for other girls who your competition is. Always focus on you, not on anyone else. You're going to lose sight of what you want to achieve. Don't put limitations on yourself. If you've thought about competing, but you're too shit scared, I think you should do it. Thinking about. If you just want to look really lean and mean all year round, then that's perfect too. And we can absolutely help you with that as well. Your mindset is going to be the thing that makes or breaks you. And everyone has shit days. And so I know it's hard to be positive on those days. But on those days, it's really important to sit back and write a gratitude list, or speak to someone that makes you happy, or makes you smile, or makes you laugh. Look back on the photos that where you started, and look at the photos of where you are now. Look at what you've achieved in this process, and congratulate yourself. If we continue to keep searching for something, or keep searching for more, you're never going to appreciate what you've just been going through. And I think that's a really important thing to be a part of. I love comp prep, and I love comp prep because I love the journey, and I love the challenge, and I love the focus. I love getting stronger. I love seeing my body change. I love the ups and the downs. I love getting ready for the comp day. I love meeting new people, and I also love I think that's all I've got for now. I think that was a long one. We're going to touch more on mindset next week. Nick and I do it together. Nick, who's my boyfriend, is someone that, as I said, has helped me a lot along the way, especially when it comes to mindset and goal setting. He's very good at that stuff, and I really want to share that with all of you as well, because I think it's a really powerful tool for all of you to have. no matter what your goal may be, whether it's in work, whether it's here, whether it's relationships, you won't be able to achieve anything unless you love yourself, and at least you until you appreciate yourself. And everyone has flaws, but that's what makes you you, and what makes me me. And I always like to say we're all imperfectly perfect. And it's really good to sometimes step outside from who you are and look at yourself as another person, and look at them as if they were your best friend, and be like, God, I love this about you. This is what I love about you. This is what you make me feel good. You make other people feel good. You train so hard. You're so disciplined. You're an amazing wife. You're a friend. And I think that's really important for you guys to remember while you're going through this process of change and challenge. One more question's just come in. I'm not sure if we've done this, but what else wanted. I'm not sure if we covered this, but where does one start for cutting when wanting to count macros for somebody who has no idea, never done it? First off, you want to start, well, there's some really good, to be honest, there's some very good stuff on the net. Lane Norton is someone who helped me get started, or Nick Cheadle, and they help you they've actually got some very good stuff to help you start counting your own macros. A good thing for you to do is download My Fitness Pal and start logging your food first. So just start logging what food you eat and look at where your macros are coming from. So your protein, fat, and carbs coming from. So how much is happening there. Then you want to work out, okay, if you're eating 3,000 calories, your first cut of calories might come from 250, and you want to take it mostly from carbs and fats and keep your protein significantly high, about 2.2 times your body weight. I like to do my fats. I like to work out people's fats by doing their body weight times 0.88, and then the remaining will be from their carbs. But if you're someone that works better on fats than carbohydrates, then you can play around with those numbers. It just depends on, what your body responds best to. In terms of cutting, I'm not sure where you're at. Depends on how much body fat you have to lose, to be honest, and how much time you have and how much you want to drop your calories by. Yeah, so I'm just going to finish it here. If you've got any more questions for me, girls, hit me up on Facebook or send me an email. Got girls competing in 2 weeks again. Ella's going to do the WBFF, which is really exciting. If you need help with choosing your federation, I can absolutely help you all with that. IMBAs, we've found, has become a little bit skinnier recently, which isn't the kind of look that I like. But again, it's up to you what you want to look like as well. A and B is a little bit fuller, and WBFF is bigger. So we'll look at your body type and what suits what you want to go through, and how far you want to take your fitness modeling. If it's just something you want to do and try out, then I think A and B and IMBAs are the ones to stick with. Even Muscle Mania, actually, that's a really nice federation as well. But if you really want to take it to the next level and get your pro status, then I think we can look at WBFF for a lot of you girls. I mean, I'm always happy to have ducklings wherever I go. And I hope today was helpful for all of you. As I said, for the ones that didn't get a chance to jump in, you can send some questions or ask on Facebook. That'd be awesome, because then jump in and get involved in those questions as well. Happy Friday, girls. Happy Smiley Day. Have an awesome weekend.